From there, I said, let us do a bubble. A bubble is like glass. It gets a stronger highlight than the balloon. The bubble will also attract light from all sorts of different sources. It reflects what is around it. So it could even have highlights all the way around the bubble. As it attracts, the quality of water is like the quality of glass. It attracts light from all sorts of angles. A bubble is reflective and transparent. You may see your geometric shapes being reflected in the bubble. If there is something behind the bubble, we should be able to see it. Now, we get to the ball. I said with the ball, it is below the horizon. So it must follow the laws of perspective and curve upwards. I said the shape nearest to us must be the largest shape. As the shapes move around the ball, they get narrower. And the distance between the shapes also gets narrower. Who's she saying she's not friends to?
Dad, you're on your video.
You get the idea. Now, I want to move away from the ball and the bubble, but your ball is also going to have a highlight and it's going to have a dark tone. I don't want to spend my time on the ball. I want us to move forward a week to the other exercises. But you'll see, wherever there's a highlight, you will see a darker tone. I want to move away from the ball. Right. I asked you once again to develop your designs for homework, but again, too many students are not developing their designs. Some are and producing very powerful results. Some of the designs are very interesting, but some of you are not showing enough commitment, not showing enough interest. That is why I have put some of these images in as compulsory exercises. After this week, I did a demonstration on drawing round objects which are open at the top. And I asked you to draw 3 objects: a cup, a pot, any container which can store water or other goods. The top of the pot, the rim or the brim, must be wider here than there. We're talking about perspective again. This must look wider than there. I said also on one of your round containers, put on a lined pattern. The pattern at the front, the nearest line to us, must be the widest shape or narrower as it moves around the container, like so. I said inside the vessel, at the point where light doesn't shine, is the darkest tone. As the object moves around, it faces the direction of light and it gets lighter. Let me rub out the ball. Don't need the ball there. My pot is in front of the ball. So I want to get rid of the ball. As it moves around, the pot now at this side here faces the direction of light, so it gets lighter. This is like your neck. It faces downwards. So the whole of the neck of the pot is dark. However, it will attract light from other angles and it would become slightly lighter. But basically, the neck of the pot is not facing the light, it is facing down, so it would be darker. Here, where there is a change in the form of the object, a change in direction, you would get a small highlight. Highlights go in there. Now, this underneath part is also like the neck. The pot starts to bend down. So you will get a dark tone all the way around the part of the pot which is now facing downwards. But again, at the point where light is not shining, you would find your darkest tones. As the pot moves around, it will attract a bit of light from other directions. And there we are. Now, somewhere the form of the pot does not face the direction of light. So this also is in the shade, but as the pot is beginning to face the sky above, it will still get lighter. You will get a gradual change in tone, but at the point where light is no longer shining, you would find your darkest tones. Now this is a subtle change in tone. It's not a dramatic one as with a right angle. This is a gentle, gradual change in tone. But it is at the point where light no longer shines is where you get your darkest tones, not at the back of the pot. And there we have it. Now, as well as doing a round traditional pot, I asked us to draw a cap. And I said, I don't want to see the handle on the edge of the cap. I don't want to see the handle here. I want you to show me how that handle fits onto the cap. I want detailed information. Give the examiners something which